Addendum 1. Meat.
Meat again. I'm fucking sick of all this meat. I'd be happy if I never had to look at any meat again. Ugh. Man, it'd sure be amazing and normal if a certain skeletal reptilian stalker would emerge from these smelly vents and have a discussion with me that wasn't spelled out in tactical deposits of flesh.
Startled by Karkat's astounding observational ability, the young cherub prepares to beat a hasty retreat. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Moments later, but not many.
I'm sorry again about your head. And, also about the meat. I probably shouldn't have been carrying that much at once.
It was a lot. But now that you've got it all out of your Silodex, instead of leaving ominous, inscrutable stake warnings for me, we could maybe have a normal people talk about what it is you want.
Well, they weren't supposed to come off as warnings. I even left them extra bloody for you.
Yeah. They were definitely super bloody.
You seemed in need of a bit of extra sustenance. A little more protein would fill you out nicely, I think.
Gross.
I think a lot of people would disagree. But as to why I've been lingering, well, it's somewhat embarrassing, but...
More embarrassing than crawling around overhead like a paw beast, leaving raw rump cuts in my load gaper in the hopes that I'll eat them and get huge?
We'll just have to chalk that up to a cultural disagreement. At any rate, I'm trying to be vulnerable here. I know I probably should have approached you earlier, but this is a disclosure of exceeding delicacy, and I worried that maybe you wouldn't take it the right way if we hadn't already established such great rapport. But asking you to our room would have expedited the process, I suppose.
No.
No?
Listen, it's very flattering, if out of left field, considering that we never fucking talk to each other, that you're attracted enough to me to heap carnal tokens of your affection on my doorstep and in my respite block and in my gaper and my bed and sometimes my laundry and also, weirdly enough, never in the kitchen. I super appreciate you gathering up the courage to do all this. That said, no, I'm already up to my cartilage nub in previously established romantic involvement. All booked up. Also, would Roxy even be okay with that, considering I'm seeing his human son? I know incest is a fake human idea, but Dave really seems to care about it for some reason. Like, really seems to care about it. Is he the only one? Honestly, putting aside the fact that we've both already got our own shit going on, your vent stink, the fake incest thing, and your scary head, it just wouldn't really work out between us. To put it bluntly, you couldn't handle me. I'm fucking crazy. My raging maelstrom of neuroses would tear that perfectly polite, bland personality of yours right off its hinges. Okay, I know I'm coming across like a next-level douche here, but trust me, I'm doing you a favor by preemptively squashing any false hope of this travesty before it fucking ruins you. Also, I barely know you.
Oh, you thought... Oh, Karkat, this is very embarrassing. No, that's not what I meant at all.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, obviously that's not what you meant. Wow. Whew. This is embarrassing. Okay, wait. But then what do you mean?
I suppose I was wondering if you'd, mind reviewing this.
Hours in the future. So many.
It ends here? What happens after Vriska enters the point?
Well, I don't actually know. The visions used to come so easily, but for whatever reason, past this point I keep drawing blanks. Feels like the old world's dried up. And I thought to myself, well, who better to approach for advice than a true connoisseur of narrative arts?
Well, I'm glad you appreciate that. I definitely have a lot of critiques, if that's what you're asking for.
Well, I'm open to hearing them. Truth be told, I don't really plan on changing anything that I've already written, but it's just nice to have someone else put eyes on this for a change. So, what did you think of it?
Phew, okay. Where do I start? The formatting, for one. Are you still doing chapters? It feels like that last chapter just keeps going. Not to mention all the chapters you straight up skipped.
I'm actually pretty sure I'm going to abandon the chapter format. I think of everything past the point of Dave's apotheosis.
His Obama-inspired suicide?
Well, that's a reductive way of putting it, but yes, that. Everything past that point seems to me to work more as the first act of a follow-up saga, which I only really realized a good way into the undertaking. But I was hoping for more notes on content.
Well, you definitely took our friend group in an interesting direction, even if you skipped huge chunks of context. It's horrifying and depressing and kind of sadistic. You've got your wigglers and bigament scope towering over our shitty little nest, burning us all alive as you watch perversely. But also it demonstrates a weirdly apt understanding of the shit a lot of us have going on. Which is odd, because I feel like almost nobody ever actually talks to you. My biggest critique is that if anyone besides us read this, they wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. Was that your intention?
This undertaking was really more about intuition than intention. Mostly I've been writing to decipher what I was seeing for myself. Not to say it wasn't a blast, this rare opportunity for self-indulgence. To infer and embellish so much heart-rendering longing, I could barely contain myself. Does that count as intention? Having a good time?
Ugh, I am not the troll to ask that. Other notes. Your tone is all over the place here, and you've completely ignored your setting. That I can let slide, though, since technically John seems to be your main POV character here, and yeah, you're right. There's no way he'd give a flying fuck about any of that enough to pay an ounce of attention to it. Also, I did like how you handled the sex scenes. You locked in on some classic noxious black rom tropes that were all the rage in Alternia, and then, unfortunately, swept under the rug by Earthsea's ideologically whitewashed post-caste society. Nasty shit without the cultural context, but a critical thread in the grand tapestry of love and hate. They all made me want to kill myself, and I respect that.
Well, that's nice to hear, I suppose. I can't in good conscience act like I was trying to say anything. My focus gravitated towards those specific dynamics, probably because they felt most comfortable, culturally speaking. Anyway, this isn't what I was hoping to talk about either.
Oh, is my grilling rubbing you the wrong way? This is nothing. You should see the haranguing I put Dave's scripts through, and he has a way more sophisticated and nuanced voice than you, sorry to say.
Well, you really didn't have to say that, but moving past it, I guess that I was just hoping that your unique perspective as both a Knight of Blood and a well-liked scholar of kinship could grant me some insight on how this all wraps up.
Wait, you don't know where this is going? You didn't think of an ending before sitting down to do all this?
At first, I assumed Dave's escape was the ending, which I thought was lovely, but then things just kept happening and happening. This is so hard to explain. It's all spiraled out of my hands. Karkat, what do I do?
I mean, You could call it quits.
No!
Whoa! Settle down, Calliope. It's a fucking pet project.
Not to me, it's not.
Okay, but consider stories need endings. Who wants to read this sad freak garbage forever?
I do. At the very least, I can't leave things stuck as they are. But if it has to end, I don't want it to feel...
Pointless?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't pretend I don't get it. You have definitely dug yourself a giant hole to never-endingly bullshit into, but it would be sad to leave them like this.
Exactly. See, I knew you would get it. I haven't even shown Roxy because I was worried. But you seemed understanding.
Yeah, good call. You should play this one close to your chest and basically not show it to anyone who isn't me, ever. Especially Jade.
So you're saying you want to keep reading it?
Obviously. Give yourself some credit. I could go on and on about all the ways this is one of the most rancorous tomes I've ever set my bulbs on, but I could never say there wasn't love in it. Weird love, but sincere. Honestly, it's got my pan buzzing.
See? This is exactly why I came to you.
Yeah, I get it, you little urchin. I'm hopeless. That said, I'm not sure where to start with this either. It's all ended up kind of messy. I mean, I guess we could do some rewrites, but...
Retcons like that are a little amateurish, don't you think?
For sure.
Are you all okay? That was some of the worst turbulence we've had yet.
Sakes alive, sailors! The old girl came with railings for a reason, you know. Hop to!
Hop on my bulge, shithead.
Why don't we take a break?
End of Addendum 1.